It's your girl Carissa Rankins coming at you guys your video for today. My truck is broke down. It's broke down. It's shut down. God. Alright, so about 2 days ago my check engine light came on. Boom. When the check engine light came on, when it came on, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to get it fixed. Because it didn't start coming on until I got moving. So, but you know, you can ride with your check engine light on until, like, you know, the check light come on and the stop light come on. So this was just a solid check engine light. But I'm gonna get out and show y'all what happened. Okay? Let go. So I was driving down the road and my red stop check engine light came on, so I had to stop. And when your red check engine light come on, that means your truck is about to shut down, and that means they want you to shut it down before it damage any other thing dealing with your truck. So this is what ended up happening. When I pulled over, this right here, this area right here was smoking real bad. All right, and then all this right here, you see this big leak, all that is fuel. All that's fuel. So you know that's caused a major problem with my truck. So when it comes down to you being an owner out with Schneider, everything's on you unless you got a maintenance account. I don't have a maintenance account through Schneider, so that's why I put aside so much money when it comes down to my maintenance account. I put aside $225 per week for my maintenance account. And then I also can use money out of everything else, but I always try to make sure I put aside for it. And the reason why I put aside so much is because you can't use nothing from Schneider if you are owner up and you came into Schneider with your own truck. So I end up having to call around, see which tow company is going to be able to tow me in. Because if you got something wrong with a tire, anybody like Love's, Pallet, Flying J, anybody can change a tire, but can't nobody fix what's under their engine. So with that being said, I ended up calling around to see what dealership can I take this truck to. Because yes, I'm a female driver, but when I went underneath the hood, I immediately noticed all the sensors. When you do your pre-trip, you check for leaks, cracks, or any damaged items. And when I pulled the hood up, I had to basically do a pre-trip. So I checked to see was anything leaking, and it was. So I put my finger there, and I wanted to use my finger with a napkin, of course, but I wanted to use that instead of a gloves because I don't want nothing to soak through the glove. I wanted to be able to feel anything that come onto that napkin. So once I touched it, I put it to my nose. It was fuel. I know the smell of fuel. So it started leaking, and then it started leaking even more. So that's what caused my truck to say check engine, then shut down. So that's what I did. So yes, I'm under a load right now. And with me being under a load, you can't leave the load until someone comes pick it up. So I end up calling into Schneider. They end up having a company driver that's going to come out and here nearby, going to pick up the load and continue the route. Now, I always try to stay regional because if something ever happened, it's nothing for somebody to come pick me up instead of me having to pay a hotel fee. Now, somebody else don't mind paying a hotel fee. I do. So, but if I did have to pay a hotel fee and they say my truck will be ready in a few days, I'll pay that, but I'll pull that out of my maintenance account. That's all considered to be part of truck repair, truck maintenance, and it's also a tax write-off. So it really wouldn't have made a big difference, but it also depends on how long they're going to have your truck. So I called around, and some places said they'll have my truck for 2 weeks. So I made sure I called around to the best place closest to me that will have my truck for a short period of time. I ended up finding a place in Columbia, South Carolina, a Freightliner dealership. They said they'll have my truck in the express lane as soon as I get there. So that's a good thing. Then he said they'll be able to fix it as soon as they get there. That's a great thing. So that means that if I want to stay out, get a hotel room nearby, I have the funds to do so, I had to stay with my truck. But if they're going to have it for a couple weeks, then it's going to be in the shop and I'm going to go back home. So with that being said, if I had a driver in this truck, I would follow the same steps, same routine. If they could stay near the truck, I'll put them in a hotel for a couple days, maybe a week. But if it's gonna be more than a week, they're coming home. So I have to pay for their rides home to get close to their location, because I wouldn't want to have my driver out too far away from their family and live in a hotel for a week and not making no money. So with that being said, I'm not glad a breakdown ever happened, but I'm enjoying the experience because I'm learning what to do by treating myself like I'm a company driver. And like I do drive my company, but I'm treating myself like a company driver. So now I'm just waiting for the company driver for Schneider to come pick up this trailer. I left all my documentation with him, and then I'm waiting to be towed. I do have roadside assistance with my insurance company. Not even only with my insurance company, also through the dealership I got the truck from, so everything will be covered. I do got to cover a little certain percentage of it, but I'd rather do that than pay for it all out of pocket. So that's part of the warranty I pay for. And I always recommend, when you go to a dealership to get your truck, get all the perks and gets and gadgets, because you're going to need it. You never know when you're going to need it. They told me it would take 90 minutes, but the tow truck just got here after about 6 hours. He got stuck in traffic. He got stuck in traffic, so I got stuck sitting here. Let's see what he's talking about. This is dangerous. Very dangerous. So he's hooking up the trailer now, and we're about to take it and drop it off at the shop. This is a headache. The good and the bad of trucking. I'm riding with an old head today. He gonna get me up out of here. So I'm riding the tow truck and heading back to drop off my truck, right? And my driver do not know who R. Kelly is. So you know he got an interesting ride back to Charlotte. I'm about to educate him real quick. Made it to Fremont in Charlotte, North Carolina after 3 hours. Me and Mr.
A little more than 3 hours.
It was a little more than 3. I think it was like 3.5. Almost 4 hours. Me and Mr. Joe.
With a bump on his head.
Y'all kept him company the whole entire time. I'm just now getting home, and it is officially like 12 hours later. It costs us $1,100 for our tow, and the insurance paid the first 2 hours of it. So the insurance, so each hour is $1 hour and 50. I mean, is $150. And but I end up needing him for like an hour and a half more going down there, and then you gotta pay for him to go back. So that's 3.5 hours back. So all of that end up being like $800, and that's with him giving me a discount because I talked to him the whole way. When I tell you I'm tired, I'm tired, but it's all a part of trucking.